welcome back to another Reaction Saturday. Yes, but today is a different Saturday because if you're listening to this right now, it's definitely not live. I am recording this on Sunday, the week before. Why, may you ask? Because if you're listening to this right now, I should be, for crossing fingers, in Denver, Colorado right now, visiting some old friends and just hanging out in town because I can, and I'm looking forward to it. Found a deal on Frontier Airlines for $100 round trip from Columbus to Denver, and I thought, why not? So from Thursday to next Tuesday, the 26th, I will be in Denver. Not that anybody's listening to this that matters, should somebody come after me or my plane. But I am going, therefore I will not be able to be recording or be live for the streams on Saturday or Monday. So I'm recording this one, which will be released and premiered on Saturday, and then another one will be premiered on Monday, to which I will hopefully join both of those from Denver. That is my goal. So we are here today because this is a non-planned, non-paid set. So this is an email that I received, and I think that when we do this every once in a while, especially for bands that are actually trying to live their life making music, and this is their art, that it is okay to support them without expecting them to pay or, get anything for me in return. This is us trying to be here to support musicians that are actually trying to make a living out of making music and their art. So I was approached through an email, which I'm going to read to you right now. So it says here, "Hi, Captain Morgan. Hope you are good. I wanted to send you the new Fierce and the Dead album." So that is the name of the band, Fierce and the Dead album. "I was watching your Porcupine Tree reaction video. We'd," so there's more than one person, hopefully there's more than one person watching this as a reaction. "We'd love you to do a reaction for the Fierce and the Dead album. If you do a video, we'll share it on your socials." Or on our socials. Yeah, probably wouldn't do any good to share it on my socials since I don't have a lot of people following me. So that would be great. Fierce and the Dead, I would love for you guys to share this on your socials. I have always said, though, that if I am going to do reactions, even if they're paid and even if they're not paid reactions, I am going to give you my honest opinion. So before, this is Matt who contacted me. I told Matt before I accepted the desire to do this, I said, just so you know, I'm going to be honest, and so will the people be in the chat. And some people in the chat can be really picky, including me, but I also think people in the chat, including me, are very honest about our takes, and we're not going to be kind of like douchebags about it. So we just be like, not for me, not my style. So as long as the Fierce and the Dead, as well as Matt, understood this, I was willing to put this up on the channel and to give hopefully some exposure, even though this channel is not very big. Hopefully other channels, and you've reached out, Matt, to other channels like Doug. Who else could you reach out to? Fortune, I don't know. Para, you put all the people that, you guys go watch. Arrow, you put all the people you guys go watch in the chat so that Matt and the Fierce and the Dead can hopefully contact them as well to have them have their album put on there for them to react to as well. So this is going to be our reaction on the Captain Morgan's channel. He says the recent press release has this: "The album of the year written right through it. It's a world-class record by a band who deserves worldwide recognition. That was by the Progressive Aspect." Another quote is, "News from the invisible world sees the Fierce and the Dead taking a bold step forward," from Prog magazine. "Smacks of Bowie and Gabriel at their best," the album review channel says. "The work of a truly original, pushing forth and generally progressing by Real Gone." And then musical genius up there with Bowie and company, Martin Kilty. I'm sorry, I don't know this. I do know Bowie, of course. Classic rock prog metal hammer. So this is kind of, I guess, other magazines and groups that have listened to this album, and that was their thoughts on it. That was the press release official, so that's good. It's very interesting if it's being compared to Bowie and Gabriel, Peter Gabriel, I'm guessing, because that kind of reminds me a little bit of, like, I guess I can understand why you were listening, Matt, to Porcupine Tree, or my reaction to Porcupine Tree, because those kind of things I could see kind of being in a similar vein of that. Although I don't want to put anything on it, but that's what it says in these press releases. And if they're comparing your music to that, I could see how the connection is there between that style of music and Porcupine Tree. I am wondering how you're going to be like that or different. So let's just get into it. There's a whole album that I could send you the link to if Matt is okay with that, for those of you that are in the chat. But I didn't have time or didn't feel like it was necessary to react to the whole album. But I did ask Matt to pick 4 songs, and these are the 4 songs that Matt picked off this new album for us to listen to and react to. So the first one that, let's see. The first one that we have is called The Start. And he doesn't give me any kind of synopsis about the song, although if I read the press releases, I'm sure that has some stuff on it. But this is The Start. That is the name, and no pun intended. We are going to start. So here we go. Oh yes, just so you guys know, I'm also trying the microphone with no filters on it. So if you hear the crackling that we used to have in the past, I'm sorry. I like how the piano's following the voice melody. I feel like I should turn this up because it's not loud at all. They turned away. I feel like I hear a very British accent in his voice. Sail away. Time arrives and everything is crystal clear. So I looked up the group name, the band, and this is the picture that came up. So I'm hoping this is the picture of the Fierce and the Dead. If it's not, guys, I'm sorry, and you can crush me later. But I think this is you guys, I'm hoping. Matt, you're going to have to tell me. Hopefully you're in the chat and you can tell everybody if this is the right picture or not. I do see the connection to Gabriel and Bowie, Little Porcupine Tree / Steven Wilson.
First, we see colors all around, and nobody is making a sound. But yeah, we're holding on tight to the thought, the one where we all.
I also feel like this could be a little bit of Marillion as well.
And we are,
especially off that last album that we listened to that Jim gave us.
First, we see colors all around, and nobody is making a sound. But yeah, we're holding on tight to that thought, the one where we all make it into the.
Okay, I don't know how long the song is, but I'm hoping it breaks into something soon. It sounds like it's going to. If it breaks out into craziness, I'm going to have to turn it down. This is very British sounding to me, not just in the accents, but just. Okay, it did get loud, so. Holding on tighter than we thought. Okay, I'm guessing it's going to go into another section here. Or not. Okay, that was called The Start, and I'm guessing because the name of the song is The Start, that it was just an introduction into the rest of the album. That would be my assumption. I was totally expecting a whole nother section or a few sections. I thought this was going to be a longer song, but that was very brief. So I would say, in the context of the fact that I'm assuming the name of the song called The Start means that this is just kind of like a intro track to get us ready for the songs that are going to follow. I don't really have much to say about it as far as a full-blown song, other than it was short, and I did like how it was building, but it didn't keep going. As far as like the cadence, the only thing that I noticed is that the cadence of the lyrics was kind of in a similar fashion to what I have griped about in the past. That the lyrics themselves seem to kind of be more of like a lullaby and more of like a... I'd have to listen to it again because I wasn't paying that close attention, to be honest, because I thought there was going to be a lot more to come, and I thought this was just kind of like getting us ready for a whole longer song, but it wasn't. So I'll have to listen to this again to reframe this if I have to. But it sounded like the lyrics were trying to rhyme in sort of a simple lullaby like rhyme that I've talked about in the past, where it's like, I'm so cool, so you're a real fool. And it just like I wouldn't call it very technical in nature in how the cadence and the lyrics, kind of rappy lyrics or poetic lyrics, were delivered. But I did like the build of it, and I did like how the voices and everything was like leading to more. I just was expecting more. So I don't know if this next song that we're going to listen to is called Shake the Jar is immediately after. Actually, I'm going to check just to make sure because I think I have the track listing here. I hope I don't mess this up. Oh. Okay, so here's the track listing. So Shake the Jar is the next song. So let's see how this next song starts, if it just kind of goes straight from what we just heard, because this is the second track on the album. So excited to hear it. Let's get into number 2. This sounds kind of like a... Yeah, it just sounds very British. In the same vein as like the Strokes. Is that their name? The Strokes. White Stripes-ish, but not so much. More like the Strokes to me. It sounds very much like British indie pop or indie something. Okay. Hey. And I have to fully admit, if I'm going to get totally ripped for not knowing British indie pop and I'm totally mislabeling this, I'll take it, because I don't know. If all I do know is that when I hear this, it reminds me of like the Strokes. Is that what they're called? Just like very... It's low in the mix too. Turning it up. I'm gonna look it up, see if I'm even saying the band name right. The Strokes were an American rock band, so I don't think that's who I was thinking of. Was I? The Killers? Is that what it is? the Killers. Maybe it's the Killers. Hey. I do like this. No, they're an American rock band too. Shit. Sorry, guys. I'm comparing you to shitty, probably what in your mind is shitty American rock bands. I do like the bass part here. I think it's that. No, this sounds like a. And everyone's probably going to flame me because I'm comparing it. That's what I do in music reactions. That's what you do. Even the quotes from the release, we're comparing it to Bowie and Gabriel. I don't know Bowie and Gabriel that much, but I see it a little bit, or hear it a little bit, I should say. But I feel like this is more like British indie, even though the Killers and the White Stripes are, aren't they? Dude, I'm so stupid with this stuff. Please have the White Stripes be at least. Be from England. They're American too. So bitch. I feel like I should stop this reaction right now and redo the whole thing. Again, that's what in my mind, that's the first thing that comes to in my limited understanding of this, is that kind of music. I should say American indie rock, not British. Ooh, I like that fade out. Is this the end? This is called Shake the Jar. The effect that's on the guitar and the bass is like that industrial, which is why it makes me feel like the indie rock, British indie rock or American. Oh. I definitely like this song. It's a little like a lot of... Is that it? I think so. Okay, like a lot of indie rock is, it's very driving, like just very driving, and I felt like this song kind of like the first one, although the first one was more of like a build-up. This is a very driving song in that nature, in that vein. I just feel like, Matt, you're probably sitting there thinking like, why did I send this music to this dude to review? Hopefully, Matt, you're the only one watching this, and if you think this is utter shit, you could just like not show it to the rest of the band. Because I obviously don't know this style of music very well. But that's the stuff that comes in my mind when I hear it. And though it's not even in the right country, that's the kind of musical style that it kind of reminds me of. But as far as the music is concerned in itself, I definitely like Shake the Jar more than the start. And the start, though, to me, though, I don't think it's very fair to compare it to that, because I do feel like the start was the start of the album and also setting up the rest of the songs. So right now, I have 2 as my favorite and then 1. I did like the driving nature of this, the industrial kind of like effect that's on the guitar and the bass that just keeps it driving there. I do like the harmonies and the musical vocal parts of what's going on in the song. I did like how I thought the song was over, but the way you guys brought it back in, I enjoyed that. Would that go on a playlist? I don't know. Matt, know how much you've watched the channel outside of the Porcupine Tree reactions, but every time I do a reaction, I always give every song a second listen before I make a decision on whether I really like it or just I'm going to kind of move past it. This song is on the fence for me. Because it actually kind of reminds me, this song, now that I think about it, reminds me a little bit of a couple of Osaka Punch's sounds. I think it's Adrian and maybe John Feedy, John Feedy. I think it's John Feedy that has turned in Osaka Punch a lot. And Osaka Punch has like this kind of overdrive and like straight up kind of sound to their music. And I definitely have 3 or 4 of Osaka Punch's. Actually, I think I might have a whole album on my playlist. And it has a lot of connection with this song, at least Shake the Jar, to that. So when I listen to it again, I'll decide if I'm going to put it on a playlist. But this is definitely by far, between the two of them, my favorite. So the next one is called The Golden Thread. Let me check to see where this falls in the album, since he's only picked 4. This is the 3rd song, so we're going right in order. So the start was number 1, Shake the Jar is number 2, which you just heard, and now we're going to listen to Golden Thread, which is the 3rd song on the album. There are 8 songs on this album. We are only going to listen to 4 of them. So let's get into the 3rd one. This is called Golden Thread. I sure hope this picture is of you guys. Okay, do I need to turn this up? Yes, it's got that. This is very Osaka Punch now. Overdrive, kind of like, Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. I knew that was coming. Oh yeah, sorry for the latency. I'm probably like a step or 2 behind the actual music for you guys. Dun, dun, dun. This is like I should get freaking high as hell right now to listen to this. It makes it even better. I feel like it's not loud again. That might just be the SoundCloud or whatever that you guys downloaded it to, or uploaded it to. There we go. I'll turn it up there. Da-na-na-na.
This mistake, read the signs and took the bait. What's the price you pay? You'll never know.
Yep, there's that drive again. Yeah! I'm not okay. Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to Osaka Punch. I like that. Dun. Banana. Nice transition back into a verse. Digging this. A golden thread. There it is. Song title. Okay, so far I'm liking this song as much as Shake the Jar, although I feel like Shake the Jar has a little bit more energy. We'll see where this one goes. I don't know how much longer we have in this song, but I would like to see it kind of branch out and go somewhere else and then come back to this. If it doesn't do that, I think Shake the Jar is better. Okay. You know. I do like that. What are we gonna do? I said I wanted you guys to go out and then come back. Is this... Let's see what happens. Da-na. I'm gonna be very interested to see or hear what the other people on my channel think about this. I'm gonna assume that you guys don't dig this a lot. Is that it? Nice. What's the price you pay? Yeah, this is very Osaka Punch here. Da-na, da-na, da-na. Where is Osaka Punch from? Let me check. Where are they from? Where are they from? They're from Brisbane. Oh, we could have like... Okay, I'm looking up the Fierce and the Dead, where they're from. I'm assuming England because... Yeah, it says London, UK. That's because I was going to say that, if you guys didn't have an accent and you weren't from the UK, I'd feel like a total retard. Because you guys have an accent, whoever's singing. But yeah, so I didn't know, but Osaka Punch is from Australia. So maybe you guys can go touring together because you guys have, in my opinion, from what I've heard, a lot of similarities. Matt, have you heard of Osaka Punch? Are you familiar with them? Because to me, the way the driving guitar and the way you guys kind of create your song has a lot of similarities to them as well. But what I alluded to is I was assuming the people on my channel who tend to like very heavy kind of stuff or progressive rock, that kind of stuff. This definitely doesn't fit into that. However, I'm trying to remember how the people took Osaka Punch on the channel. I'm pretty sure people were just like, meh. And I think that's my assumption will be for the people that are in the chat right now, is I think people are not going to dislike this music, but I don't think anyone's going to be like, yes, I'm putting that on a playlist. That's going to be the kind of music I love, aside from maybe one or two people. I think that this song was good. I would put it on the same thread, no pun intended, as Shake the Jar. I do feel like Shake the Jar had a little bit more energy overall, but I feel like Golden Thread, this last one, had more change-ups, and I liked it. I felt like it was a little more eclectic in nature. Is that the right word? So I think like Shake the Jar, this will be a second listen to see if this goes on a playlist. I think I might put Golden Thread a little bit above Shake the Jar, just a little bit, because I do feel like Shake the Jar was pretty even keel and was just a driving song throughout, where this had more like change up. And of course, coming from a progressive rock / metal whatever channel, I would say more progressive rock is what I am. I like more change ups. I like that you have your home base and then you kind of go out, fuck around for a minute, and you come back to the home base. But the fucking around is not completely disjointed from the home base. It connects through good transitions and a good vision. But it kind of breathes some air into the song from that just A, B, A, B. And I felt like this song had a little more of that than Shake the Jar. That's my opinion. That's what I'm going to go with. So the last song we're going to listen to for this album review, or short album review, is called Nostalgia Now. And that is the very last song on the album. So we have listened to 1, 2, and 3. We're going to skip 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we're going to finish off with the last song called Nostalgia Now. We'll see how it's different or the same as the other songs. That's what I'm interested in, because as I've always said on all my musical reactions is I like bands that if they're really, really good at it, but every song kind of sounds the same, it's okay, because what it is that I like that keeps repeating itself is okay. A band that I think is like that is why can't I think of their name right now? I can't think of their name. I would even say Disturbed is like that. Disturbed, especially when I go to the gym, I feel like from one song to the next sounds nothing different, but it's so good that it's good when I'm in the gym to give me some energy. So I feel like between Shake the Jar and Golden Thread, there's a lot of similarity. We'll see if Nostalgia Now has kind of a different take or is kind of more of the same. Here we go.
Rip nostalgia from your eyes.
I'm gonna turn it up again.
Drink it until I'm all you need.
Okay. It's different so far. Almost feels a little like
I will make you love me most because I am everything you.
Okay, so Matt is the one that sent this in, I see, is the one that's playing guitar, synths, keys, and programming.
The devil known, you're still an enemy.
Fears of the Dead.
Where are we now? Hiding in borrowed memories.
So Kev Feezy is on vocals. I like his vocals, Kev. I think you have good vocals. And your bass line is pretty cool. I love how every single one of you has programming as part of what you did, so. Yeah. Ooh, that low B. Kev, that's a low B, right? Woo! I don't even have relative pitch, but that sounds like a low B to me. Like the hi-hat, Stuart. Even though this has less energy than the other two so far, I'm liking this song the best. Ooh. this song stays like this or doesn't get ruined, this one's going on a playlist for sure. It's weird. You guys have like a folky country vibe in this one a little bit.
Do you like these ghosts I made?
Do you like these ghosts I made?
I can make you whole within these walls.
So Matt, if this picture is actually of you guys and it's correct and it's not just some random people, which one are you? Are you the one with the weird eyes in the back? Are you the one on the left with the beard? I really dig this song. This one sounds very much more in the vein of Steven Wilson to me.
And still, the devil loved.
The devil loved?
Tell you all you need. Signals and omens come as the time begins to bleed into another year, another world.
Kev, you got a great voice.
Now it's all there to see.
Ooh, beautiful.
As it begins again, again, again. As it begins again. As it begins again. As it begins again. In the corner of your eye.
Yes. Man, you guys really like that like funky overdrive on your guys' filters. I definitely like this song the best. The Fierce and the Dead, if you're all watching this or just you, Matt, I'm sure you haven't watched my channel much, but I've said over and over and over again, I think lower tempo and just like halftime is life, because it just allows the emotion to just fucking breathe. And I feel like that's what's great about this song. I can feel the emotion much more than just a straight drive, and especially more than like speed metal double time. Just kind of like oozes the emotion out of it. This just kind of like sucks all the emotion in and just lets it just kind of like fucking simmer. I would say this song is probably the most conducive to my channel overall. The other ones were more indie rock, poppy, drivey. This one definitely has some balls and chunk to it for me. Nice piano. Nice syncopation there. And there's the overdrive in the ear. Is it gonna go? No, it didn't. Is that it? I think so. All right, The Fierce and the Dead gave us a little bit, kind of a look at their whole album. I think if they had their choice, we would have done the whole album, but I think that's a good snapshot of 4 songs out of the 8. That's about half the album, or that is half the album. So as it stands right now, I'm definitely going to say Nostalgia Now is my favorite by quite a bit, because I feel like it again, had balls and chunk, lots of emotion, milked the shit out of that. I liked a lot of the stuff that was going on. I would say Golden Thread, maybe a little bit above Shake the Jar, and then The Start would be my final. But again, I don't really feel like The Start is, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like an intro to the album, and that's why it's called The Start. So it seems kind of not comparable to the other three that are actual songs. But I would say Nostalgia Now, Golden Thread, Shake the Jar, The Start is my order. I would say Nostalgia Now, Golden Thread, I think might go on I definitely know Nostalgia Now will go on a playlist. Golden Thread, maybe, probably, and Shake the Jar is an if I listen to it again and it kind of sparks some more interest than it did the first time. Because the first time I felt like, and just thinking about it now, it kind of was just very drivey and very like straightforward. Would have liked it to go a little more places for me to put it on. I'm actually kind of surprised, so I will say this, Matt. I appreciate you reaching out and taking a chance at some random freak on the internet, giving you guys a listen and giving you guys a critique from his non-musician. I mean, I am a musician in the sense that I know more than probably the average Joe, but not like you guys where it's an art, it's my life, and I know it enough to really give a good critique. But nonetheless, you took a chance and had me listen to it. I hope this does give you some exposure. My assumption will be that the people in the chat will find it all right, but they won't probably love it. My hope is that you guys get more exposure, and you, probably not for my channel because you probably won't, unfortunately. But again, reach out to all the people that I'm guessing Arrow and Paravarium and other people will put in the chat for you to send this to, and I think that they would do a much better service to you overall because they have 20 to 30 to 50 to 100,000 people on their channel versus my 2,000, not even 2,000. So I'm kind of shocked because when I first heard the first song, and then even kind of into the second song, I was like, this is kind of like indie rock-ish stuff that I'm not really into. But it definitely grew on me more and more as I listened to it. So I'm kind of happy about that. I'm not saying I love it. It's like the best music I've ever heard. But I'm definitely going to put 2 to 3 out of the 4 on a playlist. That's something that honestly surprises me when I think about it. And the last thing I want to say is, if you guys do not know Osaka Punch, please go listen to their albums and kind of contact them. Because I think you guys would be like a good... Again, I don't know if you guys have toured a lot. I haven't done a lot of background on you guys. I don't know if you guys have a huge following. I don't know how much Osaka Punch has a huge following or not, but I think you guys would tour well together. I think your musical styles are close enough that it makes sense, but also unique enough that like there would be a difference between the opening band or the two bands together on a tour or on a concert night. So I would say look into that if you don't know them already, because that's what I was reminded of a lot through a lot of these songs, is the way you guys do your guitars and programming. And I think, Kev, you definitely have a good voice. I liked some of the harmonies a lot of the harmonies that were going on. I would be interested how you guys split the guitars, Matt and Steve, because you both play guitar and synths together, although Kev plays synths as well, it shows here. It looks like you guys do a lot of things. So I wonder when you guys do play in concerts, if you do play in concerts, who takes what, or if you guys just constantly switch around and take each other's stuff. That'd be kind of cool too. So again, thank you for people in the chat and on my channel, or if you're just joining this channel for the first time, go watch the introduction video on my channel that pops up when you get onto the base channel. That tells you what this channel is about and how you want to turn in music or sets. And yeah, I think you guys go check this out more. So thank you again for having us do this, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of these more on a playlist. So this is the Captain saying, peace out.